Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today we are going to discuss about Oracle Fusion order to cash flow. So, as part of this flow, what we will do is we will enter the order, then we will submit the sales order. So, which is equals to booking the sales order in Oracle EBS. Then we will see the order orchestration process. Basically it's like your order header or line workflow in Oracle EBS. Then we will do the pick wave, which is nothing but equals to pick release and Oracle EBS. Then we will do the pick confirm, then we will do the ship confirm. And once we create the pick confirm ship confirm, then we will create the AR invoice, and then we will create the AR receipt. Okay, so to complete this flow again, I am going to use SCM underscore IMPL user, supply chain implementation user, and then I'm going to use FIN underscore IMPL financial implementation user. So basically by using a SCM IMPL user, this particular user is having access for entering the sales order, and the same user is having access no to the inventory module. And in this inventory management, what we can do is we will do the pick wave, pick confirm, ship confirm and all. So then we will use the financial implementation user. Basically now we will create the financial implementation user for creating the AR invoice and AR receipt. Okay, so let's start. Okay, to start with, I have already logged in with SCM IMPL user. So under SCM IMPL user, in this springboard, you select the order management. Okay, so let's say I have already selected. So this is the order management. So this order management is no, under order management you have order management, GOP, global order promising, service logistics, pricing administration. So all these things. So today we are going to discuss about normal order to cash process. We are not going to discuss about any of these setups, right? So click on order management. So once you click on order management, overview screen gets displayed, and in this screen along in this screen you have all these standard infolets which is provided by Oracle, such as orders and back ordered, orders past due, fulfillment lines, orders in geoparty, orders on hold, orders in error. So these are the infolets which are available. So if you click on it, no, directly it will take you to this particular screen. So if you already created a sales order, if you enter your sales order number here, and if you click on search, no, directly it will take you to the sales order screen. Okay, so and again here you have tasks. Under tasks you have a create order option and the manager order option. Instead of doing all this directly, you can click on create order button, which will take you to create order screen. Okay, so this is the create order screen. So here I am going to enter the customer as Pinnacle Technologies. So once you enter the customer name, the customer contact, contact method, bill to customer site, ship to customer, all these details gets defaulted. So here if you see the purchase order, this is your customer purchase order number. If you want to enter, you can enter it here. Just here I am entering a customer underscore PO number 1. And again in Oracle EBS we have order types. So here also you can enter the order types. For this no, you have to enter the different order types, such as your standard, mixed, all those things in the lookup. So and here it is not the mandatory. Basically now if you want to use the orders, or if you want to track the sales orders based on the order type, or if you want to display the list of reports against the order type, here in this lookup, if you enter all those types, it will be displayed in this particular list of values, otherwise it won't display. So here, like, I am not going to select anything. And again, like, based on this order type, you can define the order orchestration flow, which is equals to this headers and lines workflow in Oracle EBS. Okay, so here I'm going to select the business unit. Basically, like, I'm going to use US1 business unit. So once you select the business unit, now accordingly, bill to account gets displayed. You need to just click on it. So the relevant bill to account gets displayed over here. And like, if you have any sales agreements, you can select. And if you want to give the credits to your sales reps, so you can select those sales reps and the credit amount over here, percentage over here. Okay, so here this is the order lines section. So here enter your item. So I am going to enter AS6647331, and this item is a standard item. I am not going to use any configured item here. So those I will use the configured item as part of the drop ship or non-drop ship process. Okay, so select this particular item, click on OK. So when you select this particular item, it will automatically show you no, this particular item is available in stock. So click on add. So this line gets added over here, and here also you can see the item and whether it is available or not. So all these details will come here, and how this price gets defaulted, and if you want to give any discounts, all these things you can do it over here. Okay, so then you go to the shipping tab, shipping details tab, and here, like, in general section, like, who is your ship to contact, request type, so what is the requested, by when you're requesting, what is the request date of this particular sales order. Then go to shipping, and here you will have all these shipping method, and if you want to print the shipping instructions and packing instructions at the time of ship confirm, you can enter those instructions over here. And FOB, freight on board, and freight times, all these details, if you want, you can enter over here. Then go to supply section. So here, like, I am going to enter the warehouse as 003, where the item on hand is available. So right, okay, tab out, and then, like, demand class, it's like urgent, high priority, and all, like, you can select here, so that this particular order will take precedency over the other sales orders. We will discuss about the supplier and supplier site later, when we are discussing about the um, dropship process or back-to-back orders. So here in this order line details, just click on estimate order availability based on the customer request date. So, like, you will be able to deliver it on time. So this is a very nice feature in Oracle Fusion order management. So now I have entered all these details, and now I'm not going to show it. So if you see here action, can you just, like, make a note of it? Here we have validate, to validate this particular sales order. Then reprice the order. Let's say, like, once you save it, and if you made if you made any changes to the sales order lines, you have to come here, and no, again you have to click on reprice order, so that no, it will reprice your sales order. The same thing is there in Oracle EBS. If you go to actions, and from there you can reprice the order. Okay, so discard draft. Let's say, like, as soon as we save the sales order, save this particular order, then a sales order gets created with a draft status. Okay, so once from draft status, if it is moved to any other status, and again if you want to bring it back, so you can click on the discard draft. Let's say, like, it is created in draft, and if you want to discard this particular order, then you can click on discard draft. Okay, so edit currency details. And this is one more the functionality, view pricing strategy and segments. Like, see, when I enter the sales order, how the pricing is displayed. So again, here we have a pricing strategy, and it is one of the setups here. Now this is also we'll discuss about when we are discussing about the setups, order management setups, then we will discuss this. And manage the attachments. Like, let's say if you want to assign any attachments at header level, even at line level also you can attach the attachments. And if you want to put this particular sales order on hold, so you can apply the holds. And then edit additional information, basically, like if you want to capture any additional information like a DFF in Oracle EBS. The same way here also we have a DFF and EFF, extensive flex field and descriptive flex fields. So if you want to see those, click on this edit additional information, then click on create document. Like let's say, like once your sales order is entered, and if you want to share the order acknowledgement with your customer, you click on create document, so that it will generate a PDF. So you can take that PDF and you can send it to the customer. Okay, so here they basically, like order orchestration process, it will display here, but it is not getting displayed now. I'll tell you like why once I save this particular sales order. Okay, so instead of saving directly, like, I'll click on validate. So your changes will be saved when this action is performed. Do you want to perform the action? Yes. So a sales order gets created. Okay, so order validation completed without error. So there is no errors on this particular sales order. Click on OK. And if you see, there is a sales order created 97376 with draft version. Let's say if you want to discard this, then go to actions and discard the draft. Okay, it's like we have entered the sales order in enter status in Oracle EBS. And now if it is not booked, and if you want to delete, you can delete the same thing. It's like the same functionality in Oracle Fusion. Let me note down this particular sales order number. It is 97376, right? And this particular sales order is already validated. So now I am going to click on submit. Okay, so here, like, again the order orchestration is not displayed in this. Just click on submit. So sales order 97376 was submitted. Do you want to create another order? If you want to create another order, click on this, or else like click on OK. So now the sales order 97376, it is showing the status as processing. Okay, so this is like your sales order is booked in Oracle EBS. Okay, so I have clicked on submit, which is equals to, like, when you click on the book button in sales order, it's the same functionality. I have clicked on submit. As soon as we click on submit button, the header level status gets changed to processing. And here, like, one more thing I want to tell you, like, your sales order administrator can enable the approval process for your sales orders as well. So if the approvals are enabled, and as soon as you click the submit, then it will go for approval, and now the sales order will be locked. So you won't be able to make any changes. Again, it's a different process, whereas the order administrators manager has to approve it. Once it is approved, then the status gets changed to the processing. Okay, so now the sales order status is processing, and if you see the status, it's not started. So in Oracle EBS, what happened is, until and unless you booked the sales order, the line workflow won't get triggered, right? So here also same thing, like until and unless you submit the sales order, you won't be the workflow in Oracle Fusion. So here we won't call it as a workflow, order orchestration process. Okay, so will get triggered once we submit the sales order. Okay, just refresh it. See here, like now the status initially the status we have when we saw it, the status it is showing it as not started. Now the status it is showing it as reserved. Okay, so I'll do here is, instead of going to the order orchestration process and see these showing the order workflow, like how it progress, order line workflow how it progress, what I'll do is I'll keep on refresh until and unless the status changed to awaiting shipping. So now the status got changed to awaiting shipping, which means this particular line is ready for shipping. Now we will go to the workflow and see here. If you click on earlier, this option switch to fulfillment view is not displayed. Okay, so now click on switch to fulfillment view. Okay, so click on fulfillment process. Okay, so when you click on fulfillment lines, if you see here, like now there is a line got displayed, item description, order, source order, all these things. And if you see the now here you can find a number. Okay, orchestration process number. You can assume this as your workflow item key in Oracle EBS. Okay, so let me note down. I'm not going to use this orchestration number anywhere, so but let me note down. Okay, so now click on this. So now you can see the graphical format, like how the particular sales order line is progressed. Okay, see, initially, like when I submitted the sales order, then the sales order line status is not started. Okay, then it might have changed to schedule, but like when we keep on clicking on that refresh button, so the status of the sales order line changed immediately. That's why like we won't be able to notice it, but it is scheduled, then it reserve. Okay, so that's why like if you see the sales order once it is reserved, then like it is at awaiting shipping status now. So which means that this particular sales order is ready for shipping. Okay, just let me click on refresh. So this is how, like the line gets progressed, like schedule, then reserve, then ship. Okay, now the status is showing it as awaiting shipping, then now we have to ship it. Okay, so for shipping now we have to go to inventory module, and from there we have to ship the sales order. Then like it will go to asset management. If this particular item is asset trackable, then we will create the invoice process, right? So now what I have done is like I have already opened another page. Why? Because the same SCM IMPL user is having roles for creating the sales order and for doing the picking and shipping activities. So this guy is already having the roles required for both order management and inventory management. So what I done was, like that's why like simultaneously opened the multiple screens to save the time. Okay, so click go to next tab, which is no inventory management. So again the same SCM IMPL user, under supply chain execution I will select inventory management. Occurred, see the incident log for more information. Not sure what exactly happened. Continue. Okay, so I think there is some issue. Let me try again. So under the supply chain execution, you click on inventory management. So inventory management page got displayed along with the infolets, standard infolets. So again, this screen we have seen when we are doing the receipt as part of the P2P flow. So if you have not sure about this, no problem. Again, I'm going to show you like how we have done the receipt. Okay, so click on tasks. See, last time for doing the receipts from show tasks, we have selected receipts, right? And from here we have clicked on receive expected shipments, and then we have received it. So now as a inventory warehouse manager or like a worker in warehouse, so what I'm going to do is I have to pick the sales order. Now click on picks and create pick wave. Okay, so here now in Oracle EBS we'll go to pick release form, and from there now we will do the pick release, pick confirm and all. So here what we have to do is we have to click on create pick wave. So in Oracle EBS now if you have worked on the warehouse management module, so there you will find the same terminology. Okay, so when you click on create a pick wave, the create pick wave screen got displayed. So here what you can do is like, let's say we have to ship it from the warehouse 003, which is Atlanta warehouse, right? So click on this. From here select 003. Sorry, it's not Atlanta, it's a Chicago warehouse. Click on OK. Then again it will go to the inventory management, no problem. Click on tasks, create pick wave. So here you have to select order type as sales order. Okay, so and here we can enter the sales order number which is 97376. Okay, let me quickly check whether recording is happening or not. Yes, it's happening. Okay, it's recording is happening. Okay, so I have entered the sales order number 97376, and the customer is Pinnacle Technologies, and here like shipping method, release status and all, now it is showing it as unreleased. Okay, so if you click on show more, so here again you can see the order details under the request date, schedule ship dates, shipping, all these details. And if you click on options, okay, so in Oracle EBS we will select like a create a delivery, then like auto confirm picks, right? So if you select this auto confirm picks, then delivery number will be generated at the same time. Pick confirm also gets happened automatically, but here like I want to show you like how to do that activity manually. So that's why like I'm not selecting this particular checkbox purposefully. And one more thing, like let's say in Oracle EBS we will select the pick release rule. So here also like you can select the pick release rules. Let's say like 003, click on this. So like 003 auto ship. So all these things like pick release rules created. So if you want you can select it, but like I'm not selecting it. It is just like showing in future. If you when while practicing you can do this as well, and I'm not doing the auto confirm picks. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm clicking on release now. So here if you see a pick wave number 227900 was released. Number of pick slips is 1 and number of picks are 1. Okay, so let me note down this as well. So in Oracle EBS what will happen, like when you do the pick release, some pick release shipping exception report, so it's which gets submitted in the background. And like when pick release is not happened, what we will do is like we will go to the shipping exception report. From there we will see what is the exception, and you can print the pick slip report. So you can print the pick slip report, and you can hand it over to the warehouse laborer to do the picking activities, right? So here also, like no, as soon as we click on release now, okay, a set of programs get submitted in the background. Okay, so click on OK. Then the same, like again, SCM IMPL is user is having access to tools. So here you can see the schedule process. So click on schedule processes. We will see that no pick slip report gets submitted or not. Okay, see here a pick release documents got submitted. Okay, and here you can see the print a pick slip report as well. So just click on succeeded. Okay, so click OK, and here see output is generated. Click on just republish, and select this, and just click on PDF. Okay, so basically this is your pick slip report. Okay, so here the sales order number is 97376, which is ours. Okay, 97376, and here, like auto create shipment, we have selected that checkbox, right? So that's why a shipment number is created. Let me note down the shipment number, and then you will have a pick slip number. Where is pick slip? Okay, so this is your pick slip number. Okay, so this is as same as Oracle EBS process. As soon as you do the pick release, that pick slip report and shipping exceptions report gets submitted, right? So the same way here, like as soon as you click on release now, the pick slip report gets generated. Okay, so now see this we have seen in the scheduled process, like from okay, just a second. Okay, go back. So from tools I have selected schedule process, and then it displayed. From there I found out the pick slip report. Okay, so here now don't get confused. So I have opened the multiple pages, because like SCM IMPL user is having access to he is having multiple roles to create the sales order, to do the picking, shipping, then like to submit the programs or to view the programs. Okay, so if you, even if you want to do the same thing, just what you can do is you can go to your environmental landing page, and you click on this. It will open another page. Okay, so from here, like whatever you want, you can select over here. Okay, right. So now the again go back to inventory. So it has generated the pick slip report. Now what we have to do, we have to do the pick confirm, right? So from tasks, confirm pick slips. So this is the confirm pick slips search page, where you can enter the pick slip number. Okay, so my pick slip number is 170539. So I'll enter the pick slip number and just clear the dates. Okay, so click on search. See here the date came here because of the saved search, like pick slips due today or pick slip. Okay, so you can when you are searching you can save this particular search. Okay, so here these are the search results, right? So this is my pick slip number, and picking status is still open. Click on this pick slip number, right? So now you select. Okay, so the quantity I am selecting it from stores, because in 003 the quantity is available in stores sub inventory. Okay, so then now if you click on confirm, pick confirm will be happened. Okay, So but like here you have another option, confirm and take me to the ship confirm page. Okay, so or else like if you just want to do the pick confirm and then go to shipping, that is also fine. So here we will do one thing, instead of click on pick confirm and go to ship confirm, what I'll do is I want to show the another step, like how to do that, how to go to the shipping page. So what I'll do is like I will do the confirm. Okay, so pick confirm happened, then you just click on cancel, done. Okay, so from here again click on tasks, from show tasks instead of picks you select the shipments now. Okay, so from here you can click on manage shipments. So either way, like confirm and take me to ship confirm screen, that is also fine. Or like you come to tasks and select the task as shipping, and from there manage shipments also you can select. So anything is fine. Right, now take the shipment number which we have noted from the pick slip report. Just enter the shipment number and click on search. Okay, so let's say like you have not noted down the shipment number, like you just click on additional fields where it will show the other fields. You can add those fields to your search area, and you using that also you can search for your shipment number. Like in Oracle IBS, from shipments we will enter the sales order number, then the shipment details get displayed over there, right? So the same thing here also you can do, it's not an issue. Okay, now the shipment details got displayed here. So click on ship confirm. Okay, now the shipment status, it is showing it as open. And if you want to enter the shipping details like a weighbill number, weight, UOM, volume, all those details you want to enter here, or else like you can click on ship confirm. And like again if your item is now serial control item, like record serial numbers, and you can capture the serial number. Okay, so if you select the serial number generation is at the time of shipping. Okay, now what I will do is I will click on ship confirm. Okay, the shipment 60195 was confirmed. Click OK. Right, so now we have done the shipping also, right? So now in Oracle EBS, when we do the ship confirm, shipping documents get submitted in the backend. So one of them is interface strip stop. So once your interface strip stop is completed, then only like your on hand quantity gets decreased, and the record like sent out of stores also will happen, right? So here also the same thing. Again I am going to tools, schedule process, and just click on refresh, and we'll see any documents get displayed over here. See, like here the some list of documents got displayed, I mean submitted in backend. One is like a ship confirm documents, print bill of lading report, print packing slip report. Okay, and attach shipping documents to shipments. All these things got displayed, right? And still it is running. Just click on refresh. Okay, keep on refresh. Okay, so basically like as part of the shipping one program, its name is like send shipment advice. Okay, so this program is equals to your interface strip stop in Oracle EBS. Okay, so if this is completed, then only like your records are eligible for interfacing into AR. Okay, so just click and now it is succeeded. Okay, so ship confirm, we have clicked on ship confirm. From backend shipping related shipping document related concurrent programs got submitted automatically. Now we will see what is the sales order line status. Okay, so again I click on manage sales orders. Okay, okay, this is our sales order number, right? What we can do is click on the home icon. Again from order management, click on order management. I want to show you something like last time we clicked on create order and then it opened that screen. But like now for searching, again you can search the sales order in two ways. Okay, so 97376 is our sales order number. You can enter the sales order number over here, or from tasks you can click on manage orders, and from there also you can see the sales order number. So click on search. Okay, so now what is your line status? It's awaiting billing. So it is interfaced. It is in, it is it got inserted into the AR interface table. Okay, so actually like once the ship confirm, once we do the ship confirm, if you come and see here, like it is it will show the status as shipped. Okay, so now it is showing the status as awaiting billing. Okay, so in Oracle EBS we will see like invoice interface or something like that, right? So here it is showing the status as awaiting billing. So from SCM perspective, so we have completed what and all we have completed. We have created order entry, we have submitted the sales order, then we saw the order orchestration where we see that scheduling, reserve, ship, all those things, right? So then we have created a pick wave number, and then we did the pick confirm, and we did the ship confirm process using SCM IMPL user. Now what is the sales order line status? It is showing it as awaiting for billing. So now what happened is now instead of opening all those things, it is taking time. So what I have done is, in another browser I have already logged in with financial implementation user. Okay, FinIMPL user. So from FinIMPL user, you just go to receivables. Where is that? Okay, click on receivables. So from here what you can do is again here now you have to submit a program so that the invoice gets generated automatically. Automatically in the sense like even Oracle EBS also same, right? So when we do the ship confirm, the records will be interfaced to RA customer, RA interface tables, like AR interface tables. Then from there now we will import the invoices, so that invoice gets created in AR. So the same thing here. So for that now we have to submit a program. So now what I'll do is click on environment landing page and click on SCM login again. Okay, so from here check whether this guy is having tools to submit the programs. Okay, so tools. So from here again schedule processes. Okay, schedule a new process, which means like here I am submitting the concurrent program manually. All right, so click on this list of values, search. Okay, just type partially. Okay, auto import auto invoice. Okay, so click on search. Select this particular program and okay. Okay, so again click on OK. So this is your parameter screen, and from here I will select the business unit. So US1 business unit. So search, select this particular and click on OK. and from transaction source you have to select value as distributed order orchestration. Okay, so usually like in our Oracle EBS now you can find the table names starting with OE order headers, OE order lines, right? So here like the table name started with DOO, distributed order orchestration, right? Okay, so here I have selected transaction source as distributed order orchestration, whereas in Oracle EBS you will select it as order entry. Okay, so from here you can enter the sales order number. My sales order number is 97376. Okay, so enter the sales order number, then okay, so click on submit. So process 2038006 is submitted. Okay, so click OK and refresh. So process 2038006, this is ours. Okay, so click on refresh. If you want to see the child concurrent programs which are triggered as part of this, you can select these hierarchy radio button. Okay, refresh. So when you refresh, see this import auto invoice is completed. So it's triggered another two more concurrent programs, which is notify feeder system of receivables transaction. Okay, so we will see what is the sales order status now. We'll go here, go to manage orders, click on refresh. See, the line status got changed to closed because invoice is created in receivables module. Okay, so now go back here, click refresh. Here you see there's another program, import auto invoice execution report. So using this report you'll be able to see whether your program is completed successfully, or like if it is having any errors also, that you can see here. Okay, so click on republish. From here here you can select the Excel. Okay, click on open file. Okay, so this is the auto invoice report, and if you see here, the number of interface lines is 4 and successfully processed is 4, and the sales order number is 97376. Okay, so when say lines are 4, don't get confused. Our sales order line is 1, but like whereas there will be some other additional tax lines. So that could be the reason like why it is showing the sales order lines as 4, right? So now go back to your receivables. Okay, so this is my page, and I have already logged in as a financial implementation user. Under receivables you click on billing. Okay, so from billing what I will do is click on tasks, and here we have to select manage transactions. Okay, so because the auto invoice import program already it might have created the invoice, we will see that invoice number now. So if you want to see that invoice number, you have to click on manage transactions. So or if you want to create AR invoice manually, you can click on create transaction. So now I'm going to manage transactions. Okay, so here you select the business unit as a US1. Let me see, US1 business unit, yes. Then transaction source is distributed order orchestration. Then in the reference field I'll enter my sales order number. 97376. Okay, click on search. So this is the AR invoice number. Right, so this is the AR invoice number. If you want to open and see, you can click on it. Okay, let's click it. Now the sales order status is incomplete. I won't be able to you won't be able to make any changes now. And if you want to make any changes, you just now click on incomplete and make the changes and resubmit. Okay, so here I am not going to make any changes. Let it be in the same status. So now what I'll do is, like, I will receive the amount against this particular invoice 100390, right? Okay, click on home. Okay, from receivables, click on account receivables. Click on this tasks, create receipts. So here enter the details. Okay, let me see whether US1 business unit is there. Then just select receipt method is check or like payments. So just I'll select the check. So here I will enter the receipt number manually. Receipt. Okay, so entered amount. So basically it's a 299 plus tax. I didn't remember exactly, so let me enter 299. So receipt date, accounting date, so let it be the same. I'm not going to touch anything. So remittance bank, all these things came here. So here what I will do is click on add open receivables. Okay, so from here I'll enter my invoice number, which is 100390. Search for it. You select this particular line, and what is the amount? It is 327.41. okay, so click on add and done. Okay, let me change the amount. 327.41. 327.41. Okay, so now I have created a receipt for invoice 100390. Just submit and create another, or like just I'll click on submit. So receipt number, this is this number I have given it manually, so receipt number is generated. Let me note down the receipt number also. Number. Okay, so now go back to the billing, and here we will search with our invoice number. Click here, manage transactions, enter the transaction source is distributed order orchestration, and here you can enter the your invoice number, which is 100390. Click on search. Okay, so now against this particular invoice, we have done the we have received the amount from the customer. So you just know, how do I know whether the amount is received or not? So you just click on this status, and here you can see paid, not paid. Okay, so here you can see the status as fully paid. Okay, this is 100390, right? Okay, right. Okay, last minute jerk. So basically, like if you click on the complete here, you can see the status as fully paid. Not sure is there any programs running in back end. Because again, like it has to feed the data back to the payable side. So right. So this is the overall flow. One last check. Let me check one last time. Actions. Cancel. Let's see once again. Come on, not paid. Okay, so sorry, like we have to check, but basically, like when you click on the status and when you click on the complete from here, you can see the status as paid. Okay, just we will see like once again the payment receipt number. We'll see what happened there. Account receivables, and click on this. We have already created the receipt. Click on manage receipts. I think we have not applied. That could be the reason, right? Let me check. So take the receipt number. Where is the receipt number? Okay, search. Click here. So I think it is not applied. Basically a receipt is created but it's not applied. Okay, so let me click on this again, add open receivables. We'll enter the receipt invoice invoice number. So this is last minute jerk. It's not a happy flow for us, right? Let me select this, add, done. Okay, so this is our 321.43, discount 5.98. Okay, then right, let me check. Click on save and close. Right, click on done. Go for billing. Click on manage transactions. Enter the transaction number. Transaction number. Click on search. Okay, see ours is US one business unit. Okay, advanced. Okay, we'll go back and I'll select the US one business unit as well. Manage transactions. Business unit is US one business unit. US one business unit. Transaction source is DOO, distributed order orchestration, and enter the invoice number and click on search. Click here. Hopefully we'll. Okay, so when you click on complete, it is showing it as partially paid. might be like, there's some unapplied amount of $5, that could be the reason why it is showing the status as partially paid. Okay, so basically this is the overall order to cash process. Okay, so um, we have completed the entire order to cash flow. So in the upcoming sessions, so we will try to cover the dropship and non-dropship process from order management. So once it is done from the procurement point of view, then we will create the IR and transfer orders flow. Okay, so thanks all, and thanks for watching this video. So if you like this video, please click on the like button, and if you want to put comments, and if you want to cover any, if you want me to cover any additional flows, you can post that as well. And please don't forget to subscribe so that you will get the notifications. Thanks all, thanks for watching. Thank you.